Well, thank you for joining us on Nationwide. I'm Ruth Aguela. The federal government has declared Wednesday 25th and Thursday 26th December 2024 and also Wednesday 1st January 2025 as public holidays to celebrate Christmas, Boxing Day and the New Year. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who made the declaration in a statement, extends warm greetings to all Nigerians, urging them to use the festive period to reflect on the values of love and unity that the season signifies. The minister emphasized the importance of the season as a time to foster harmony and strengthen bonds across families and communities. Well, following the Yuletide, passengers have applauded the magnanimity of the federal government for providing free train ride from Kaduna to Abuja for the Christmas and New Year celebrations, with an appeal for an extension of the gesture. Kim Gwatz has more from the Rigasa railway station.
Rigasa railway station in the early hours of the morning is a beehive of activity as passengers are rushing with luggages to board the free train ride to Abuja. Ahmed Yakubu and Mariam Husseini expressed their feelings government for the free train ride.
Good thing, yeah, everybody is a good thing, like we really enjoy it. Those that travel actually.
More trains, more than the number of the trains that used to actually lift to Abuja 2 and 4 can be increased so that to accommodate the population on ground.
Railway station manager Rigasa Mohammed Kabiru Yakubu says 16 coaches as at the time of filing in this report so far have departed Rigasa with passengers.
And it's 000 naira. It's free. It's free. Anybody who tells you to come and buy tickets with money, disregard that request.
The free train ride, which started on the 20th December 2024, will end on the 5th January 2025. In Kaduna, Kim Gwatz, NTA News.
Well, as the free train ride declared by President Bola Tinubu continues to gather momentum, officials of the Nigerian Railway Corporation says public response to it has been tremendous.
I want to use this opportunity to plead with our passengers to please go online to book their ticket, to use our website, that is nrc.gov.ng or nrc.tps.ng. Please, we are emphasizing on that, but if you are not able to book your ticket, you can come to the station, our station, all our station, either for Abuja Kaduna train service, you can either come to Idu station, Kubwa station, or Rigasa station. We are going to profile you and you are going to enter the train. Because for now, since we started, no passenger has been left behind. We try our best to see that all passengers that come to station, we carry them.
That was a chat I had earlier with the managing coordinator of the Abuja Kaduna Rail Services. All right, as countdown to Christmas begins, the city of Osogbo, Osun State capital, is alive with the spirit, well, the festive spirit. From bustling markets to crowded motor parks, residents are making final preparations for the celebration. Kayode Oladosun reports on the situation.
Less than 32 hours to this year's Christmas celebration, Osogbo Metropolis is bustling with activities. There is high influx of human and vehicular movement in and out of the state, as travelers flowing to various motor parks across Metropolis for movement to destinations within and outside of Osun State.
No any problem in our garage. Passenger, no problem with passenger. We know at any price with our passenger. We have already carried 7,000 naira before, but today we are carrying 8,000 naira. Because that there's no passenger from Lagos coming down to State. The first now office is going up now because like 1,500 is different. You understand what I'm saying now? So it's different now. The price is going now because of festival that we have festival.
At various markets, people were seen doing shopping for the season.
The market is going somehow. It's going well. It's doing well.
It's a season that one ought to celebrate with the family, have joy, fun, and merriment. And there are so many people who want to get few things for their families.
Meanwhile, to have a celebration under the wings of safety, security agencies have deployed strategies to ensure a peaceful atmosphere across the state before, during, and after the Yuletide. In Osogbo, Kayode Oladoshu, NTA News.
All right, we join Kayode now from Osogbo Live to bring us up to speed on what's happening. Kayode, following your report, we've seen the way everybody is making last-minute preparation, but something of importance, talking about safety, is crucial. So fill us in on that.
Thank you, Ruth. You know, as Christmas lights up the streets of Osogbo, one thing is evident right now. The city comes alive with signs of various fun-filled activities to announce the season. There is high influx of movement within and outside the city, like you say in the and one thing that is paramount now is the security of lives and property of the citizen. I can tell you, various security agencies have come up with strategies to provide watertight security to ensure a peaceful and crime-free celebration. To shed more light on this is the State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, or Osun State Command. It will tell us their preparation for each free celebration. Sir, what did you put in place for each free celebration?
Because of the season we are in, we have deployed 1,750 personnel across the state to make sure that the Yuletide, the end of the year, is celebrated peacefully, and also in collaboration with other sister agencies as well. As Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, because we protect the critical national assets, the transmission lines, the railway lines, we have deployed all our men to these various locations to make sure everything is well secured.
We're taking a look at this. Is it only for Christmas season? Is it after Christmas? What should we expect?
Even beyond the season, beyond this end of the year time, we have also sent our men out there. We have detailed them to be in all these locations, the recreation centers, the marketplaces, the motor parks, to make sure everywhere is secured.
Thank you, the Commandant. Ruth, you could see that Osun State is ready to celebrate the New Year and the Christmas in a fun-filled atmosphere.
Indeed, Kayode, I wish I can take that time off and come visit Osogbo to spend the holidays, but we have to work. All right, let's cross over to the Center of Excellence, talking about Lagos, where we'll join for our next set of reports. Where we'll join Hingino, next set of reports.
In the spirit of the season, over 4,000 residents of Apapa Federal Constituency in Lagos State have benefited of year food palliative distributed by Honorable Adedayo Samuel, member representing the constituency in the National Assembly. Olumide Eguntola reports that each beneficiary received 10 kilograms bag of rice.
These are residents of Apapa Federal Constituency from each of the 274 polling units. Selected randomly, 10 lucky beneficiaries from each polling unit got 10 kg bag of rice from Honorable Samuel Adedayo, whose target is to make this Yuletide a memorable one by cushioning the effects of the current realities. He explained that the process is all-inclusive across all political parties, religious organizations, organized labor unions, artisans, and different groups across all sectors of the economy.
I have come back to my constituents to give them the little that I can afford for several thousands of them, particularly this season, cutting across all the wards, and this has nothing to do whether you are a member of APC or not. Once you are a voter, you are entitled to it.
For the beneficiaries, the gift is a prayer answered.
I'm happy and grateful. I was thinking about how to get foodstuff for my daughter in school before this surprise package.
I will take it to my family and eat it. For the Christmas, I have the impact now. Understand me? With what they are giving me today, I can see sight with my neighbor who does not have these opportunities I have today.
Samuel Adedayo, alongside other All Progressive Congress APC party leaders, used the opportunity to urge Nigerians to be patient with the present administration, whose giant developmental steps will soon yield the desired results for the benefit of the masses. In Lagos, Olumide Egutola, NTA News.
Now, talking gender matters, elimination of gender barriers through provision of equal opportunities remains a catalyst for Nigeria's economic development. Experts in women and girls' rights advocacy believe achieving sustainable development goals and the nation's aspirations largely depend on providing an enabling environment for women and girls to fulfill their dreams. Joel Popola has more.
There is a popular saying that if you train a woman, you train a nation. This narrative, stakeholders say, is an attestation of the pivotal role women play in nation building. Are well known in Africa for their sterling contributions in different spheres of life. But despite their impact, gender parity is still a thorny issue that has rendered many women passive when they are supposed to play a leading role.
When we're saying we are liberating ourselves and we want to get that equity that we desire, then we need to have conversations with ourselves such that we inculcate into ourselves that we are enough and that we can do something and achieve certain results. Not be quiet and expect change. We cannot be quiet and expect things to be done differently. We have to begin to see ourselves as an active member of the society, because this is the only way that we can indeed cause the change that we want.
For the unwanted narrative to change, stakeholders believe government need to respect international protocols on gender parity, such as Planet 50-50, while parents should also end the stereotype from the upbringing of their children.
They are right, fighting for this. Women are not doing enough. We have women organizations, gender organizations that are doing a lot, but when it comes to individual women, they have to come to that realization that they are not just cheerleaders. They should begin to tell their political party leaders that beyond, singing, clapping and so on, we can contribute.
Respondents say the journey to ending gender discrimination and promoting social inclusion of women should start with women and girls coming out of their shell, developing a can-do attitude and being in the front burner of the change they desire. In Lagos, Joel Popola, NTA.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide continues in Abuja with Ruth after the break.
Thank you for staying tuned. The solid minerals sector is now a proud child of the Nigerian economy, as the contribution from the sector appreciates. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, expressed this at a media chat in Abuja. Mia Ogidi reports.
Microphone cord properly checked to avoid any audio loss. The chief miner faces the watchdog. Task simple. Daily to deal with the journalist 2024 diary.
Your role is that of a watchdog over those of us in administration.
First question is prized achievement for the year 2024.
Believe me, every day I come to work is a prized achievement.
Yes, sound health to deal with the solid mineral sector, prized one indeed. But for the health and wealth of the nation, Daily says he is a happy man as he reflects on the achievement from January to December 2024.
And I'm happy to tell you that within 1 year, we've significantly increased the revenue accruing to government. Do a serious calculation of the contribution that this sector has made into the GDP in the last 1 year, you'll be shocked. There's a job creation of over 1,200 from new processing plants that have come on stream within the year, in obedience to our policy initiative on value addition.
2024, great one. 2025 will be greater, like it says. Solid Minerals Ministry is indeed standing on solid leadership. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
The Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy has concluded the 11th edition of Devs in Government Summit, an initiative aimed at equipping technologists in Nigeria's civil service with tools to advance federal government's digital transformation agenda. The summit serves as a platform for the participants to collaborate, exchange ideas, and of course improve the digital delivery of government programs and services. At the final session, the Minister, Dr. Bosun Tijani, highlights the role of the civil service tech ecosystem in co-creating innovative solutions for government operations, developing a harmonized standard for official government to enhance efficiency and accessibility in service delivery.
And as government, we have to manage the data of our people more responsibly. Supported the local government chairman that came here to help them figure out how they can use technology at the very local level. Digital public infrastructure, by the end of this week, the draft standard will be ready. That standard is going to lay the foundation for data exchange within Nigerian government, and this community will be responsible for ensuring that every agency can actually deploy it efficiently.
The Minister announced plans to expand next year's sessions to include more intensive training programs. These will deepen integration of technology in government operations, fostering e-governance for efficiency, accountability, and transparency. The lack of a centralized database to enable activities and arrests made of alleged criminal elements has come under the spotlight of the federal government, prompting a decision by the Federal Ministry of Justice to mobilize resources towards building a centralized national record of criminals and their activities across the country. The initiative is geared towards enhancing justice delivery and law enforcement.
It will serve as a critical tool to enhance coordination among justice sector institutions, streamline processes, and ultimately enhance and expedite the transition of justice.
Section on the establishment of a national database for the Justice Information Management System. In an era defined by digital transformation, the dispensation of justice remains one of the critical indicators of societal development.
The part you play is as important as the part others plays. So what we are saying that there is no institution that can do it alone.
Players involved in adjudication were urged to prioritize the use of information technology to make their task of promoting peace in the society a more efficient one, as the records being collated on suspected criminals would eventually be used to build a national crime registry for the nation's security. Just will be our next stop as we join Mary.
Good evening and welcome to JUST. Director General Industrial Training Fund, Dr. Afeez Oluwatoyin Ogun, says the fund, in her renewed strides to ensure availability of relevant workforce, has introduced more skills intervention programs, among which is the ITF NECA Technical Skill Development Project, TSPD. The DG said this at the graduation of trainees of Information and Communication Technology held at the Center for Excellence, Bukuru. The reports. The Industrial Training Fund is mandated to provide, promote and regulate the training and development of the nation's human resource capital in all sectors of the economy. It is in line with this mandate that ITF introduced more skills to empower Nigerians economically. The Director General ITF, represented by the Director Corporate Planning Department, Suleyo Fred Chagu, says the graduation of the 2024 trainees of ITF NECA Technical Skills Development Project marks another milestone, as no nation can progress in the 21st century without a workforce that possesses relevant technical and vocational skills. The DG charged the trainees to make adequate use of the skills and be good ambassadors of the ITF for creating jobs and wealth.
I pray that the skills that you receive from the ITF will propel you to better heights. They will be giving you to better things.
We are split into two trade areas: productivity, application and web design, and we also had computer maintenance and networking.
Some of the trainees appreciated the Industrial Training Fund for imparting knowledge, promising to make good use of the acquired skills to create wealth.
I want to appreciate ITF for giving us the opportunity to have a hands-on program that has really given us a wider knowledge.
I'm really grateful to the ITF NECA for giving me this opportunity.
National Human Rights Commission Plateau State says its doors are open to collaborate with critical stakeholders in ensuring issues of human rights violations and abuses are addressed. This was at a town hall meeting in Jos. Bilkisu Nuhu has details.
More than 1,161 cases of various human rights abuses and violations have been reported to the National Human Rights Commission on the Plateau in 2024. These statistics necessitated the Commission to bring together critical stakeholders to collaborate through their mediums to sensitize the public on functions of the Commission and how it can help in addressing such cases.
Some of them reach the rural areas, and we believe that we'll be able to discuss how they can refer complaints to the
presentations at the town hall focused on the origin, principles and mandates of the National Human Rights Commission in Nigeria in perspective, practical steps in human rights complaint, as well as the state of human rights in Plateau State. Stakeholders commend the Commission for its efforts in ensuring that the rights of citizens are not trampled upon and justice is served.
The Ministry of Justice is by your side, and our services is free of charge.
From the perspective of the Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission, we are available and ready so that we can work together.
I want to assure you that we will keep working in collaboration with you in the interest of all our patients to ensure that their rights are adequately protected.
The town hall brought together security agencies, women groups, civil society organizations, legal professionals and journalists. In Jos, Bilkisu Nuhu News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide will continue in our Ibadan studio, but after this break.
Welcome to Ibadan. Wife of the Kwara State Governor Olufolake Abdulrazak has donated food items and cash to inmates of both Okekura and Mandala correctional centers in the spirit of the season. She stressed the need for more engagements of youth in nation building in order to reduce crimes to the barest minimum across the country. Aisha Abubakar Yahya has the reports.
Abdulrazak visited Okekura and Mandala correctional centers in company of some executive council members. And provisions given to the inmates was just to make them have a feel of the festive season. It was also to enable them to reflect on their crimes and think of how best to be useful in the society after regaining freedom. Ambassador Olufolake explained that inasmuch as there was need to always remember the inmates, there was also need to work more on building useful youths in the society.
I want to assure you that you are not forgotten. You are part of our community and we care about your well-being. So I want to enjoin you to please take up whatever skill that you can take up.
The controller, Kwara State Correctional Service, Shoaib Ayodeji, described the visit as that will definitely uplift the spirit of the inmates.
Your coming to this place has rekindled the kind of hope in everyone of them. Because of the population of the inmates in this place, including taking the males and the females to court. And at the situation where you mingle the two of them together, then house can come up.
Ambassador Olufolake Abdulrazak's visit to the correctional centers in the Ilorin was in the spirit of Yuletide season for inmates to have a sense of belonging in both Christmas and celebrations. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
As part of efforts to eliminate HIV/AIDS in the country by the year 2030, the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, Dr. Temitope Ilori, says the agency is inaugurating committee in state on the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV. Dr. Ilori stated these at a comprehensive multi-disease medical outreach organized by NACA in Oshogbo. Femi Afariogun has the reports.
Nigeria continues to grapple with the challenge of HIV/AIDS. While the epidemic claims approximately 51,000 lives annually, tragically, children aged 0 to 14 account for 26,000 of these cases, making the prevention of mother-to-child transmission a crucial focus of NACA for the control of AIDS. The Director General of National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, Dr. Temitope Ilori, on a visit to the Deputy Governor of Osun State, inaugurated a state committee on the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV.
When we work together with our state governors, with our local government agencies, that we can stop this narrative.
So the next action after the nomination committee today is to swing into action to ensure that that is saddled on us are carried out.
NACA also organized a medical outreach to sensitize people on HIV/AIDS, while the initiative provided free diagnostic tests and treatments.
Something we refer to as U equals U. All detectable equals untransmissible. And what we're trying to say is that if you know your status and you're HIV positive and you use your medications, you'll be virally supported.
As part of the of adolescents and young women across Osun State were empowered with tools for sufficient sustenance in Oshogbo. Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
And that does it from Ibadan, as we return to Ruth in Abuja for more on Nationwide.
Thank you very much, Kemi. The Renewed Hope Initiative program of the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has empowered 250 persons in Adamawa State aimed at promoting their socio-economic state. Simon Asha reports that the initiative, led by the wife of the state governor, Lami Amadu Umorufentiri, has provided financial and medical support to the aged persons at the grassroots.
Economic development of society, especially elderly in the country, will not only ensure their healthy living, but also alleviate some of their difficulties. This is the 250 elderly persons in Yola. As a wife of the president, through her New Hope initiative, provides financial assistance to better the lot of the senior citizens of the country, as each person smiles home with 200,000 naira with food and non-food items.
We are grateful to the wife of the president.
Thank her for the gesture. May her old age be blessed and fruitful.
My foundation, Fresh Air Family Foundation, will provide food items to elderly citizens in Adamawa State.
The wife of the governor was also at the northern part of Adamawa State to further amplify the magnanimity of the wife of the president through her paid project Fresh Air Pro-Life Empowerment Foundation, where in the spirit of the Christmas celebration also shared food items and cash donations to the people. In Yola, Simon Asha, NTA News.
Yes, the Governing Council of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations has dissolved the Executive Committee of the Public Relations Consultants Association of Nigeria in accordance with the provisions of the law. In a statement signed by the Director, Public Relations of the Institute, Stanley Ogadigo, the Council reviewed the Association's operations and took the decision to dissolve the leadership, citing issues of tenure, elongation, and need to revitalize and reposition it to align with the NIPR's strategic objectives as major reasons. The NIPR has appointed Nkechi Ali Balogun as chairman and Dr. Dare Ogunyembo as secretary. Council Committee on Revitalization of the Association with a mandate to oversee its activities and conduct free and fair not later than 30th April 2025. Report from Kano indicates that the activities of a committee set up by the state government to check the resurgence of thuggery are yielding positive results as normalcy is restored to the affected areas. Some of the repentant thugs we hear have presented themselves to the authorities with a commitment to become useful to the society. Amina Umar will tell us more.
Days of activities of thugs, otherwise known as endeavor, after some moments of relief, has become a major source of concern to people in Kano. The constitution of the committee comes as part of the latest efforts to tackle security challenges and maintain peace across the state. The committee has as members traditional and religious leaders as well as the affected local government council chairman.
Thuggery are not only unacceptable but also a great threat to the safety and well-being of our people.
Prior to this committee, a task force constituted by the Kano State government that was mandated to tackle issues of phone snatching and drug abuse is operating in the state. Similarly, Kano State Police Command has convened an interactive session with the traditional and community leaders to explore areas of collaboration and mutual support to ensure public safety is maintained. In Kano, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
And we join Aminu Umar live now from Kano to fill us in on the issue. Aminu, with the normalcy we're seeing returned to the affected places, what is next, for the repentant thugs and also the authorities going forward?
Yes, Ruth, right now where I'm standing is one of the flash points, that is Ofarmata. And the latest that is happening now is yesterday they had an interaction with the leader of the committee that was constituted by the state government to tackle the issues. And some of them have, as we said in the report, submitted themselves to the authority, and they went there with the religious leaders and the community leaders. And right now, as I'm speaking to you, someone was telling us that they are convening another meeting, which is the outcome of the yesterday's meeting. So now they are meeting at one of the mosques around the area. The people from warring factions, that is INC, rebel, the people from that are in contention, that is people from Zango, and then Yakasai, and then Kopar Mata and other areas. Before now, the activities of thugs are normally inside their areas. They are fighting inside their areas. They don't usually cause any mayhem to people people that are moving on the street. They don't usually come out. But now, what makes it more worrisome to most of the people in Kano is now they are taking another step in their actions. So they are now coming out to the streets and disturbing peace on the streets. So this is why the state government decided to come and to address this issue. So this is why they formed this committee, and the committee is headed by a former Military officer, Air Vice Marshal Ibrahim Umar, and the committee, as part of their initiative, they said state government has given them opportunity to empower about 4,000 of the youth in Kano, and majority of them are going to be from those people that maybe at the center of this issue. So they want them, after maybe repenting and submitting themselves, those that can be taken back to school, they will, okay. So to conclude, they wanted to take those that can go back to school. That is for those that dropped out, they want to return them, and then for the school-age children, they want to take them to school. And then empowerment and poverty and drug abuse are at the center, so they want to address that.
Thank you so much for that update. There's a lot of work to be done there from what you've shared with us. Let's hope that is done as soon as possible. Thank you, Umar. And we turn to other issues. Health journalists have been urged to prioritize their wellness as they perform their duties to the society. Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Temitope Iluri, gave the charge during an end-of-the-year appreciation event in Abuja.
The gospel of HIV is all about media. It's all about prevention, it's all about treatment, but the news has to be out there, the information has to be out there. So we can't do it apart without you. And we appreciate that you are collaborating with us, you are partnering with us in this very vision and mission and this goal of achieving an AIDS-free generation.
Okay, the federal government has assured international organizations of its commitment to strictly uphold agreements regarding funding for essential agricultural and rural development projects. This was disclosed by the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, along with the Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, during a review meeting and discussion of the budget for 2025 projects. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
These are key players in the implementation of projects funded by the federal government and the development partners. The meeting was chaired by the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture is implementing 4 key projects funded by the World Bank, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the Islamic Development Bank, and the African Development Bank. The purpose of the meeting was to review and approve the 2025 annual work plan and budget for the 4 key agricultural donor-funded projects.
That the focus of the ministry at this point in time is to ramp up production and scale up value addition, thereby reducing post-harvest losses, ensuring food security, creating jobs and income for our farmers.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, advocated more opportunities for women in agricultural projects. She cited the World Bank's finding that addressing gender productivity in agriculture could increase the country's GDP by up to $8 billion.
There are good policies and practices in place that could leverage to transform the sector for women. For instance, we have the First Lady Every Home Garden Initiative, which seeks to drive the household food security through home gardening. This is such an important model worthy for the stakeholder to consider and adopt.
The meeting emphasized the need for all coordinators to adhere strictly to the agreements Nigeria signed with multilateral institutions in the execution of the projects. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has assured Nigerians that his leadership will give utmost priority to the welfare of troops and families of officers who have paid the supreme price in the defense of Nigeria's territorial integrity, especially as the year 2025 draws closer. The Army Chief, in a message, gave at the 2024 Christmas Carol held to celebrate with the families of armed forces in Abuja.
As we step into the new year, let me reiterate that the welfare of officers, soldiers and their families, including those of our departed and injured colleagues, will remain my top priority. Be rest assured that all issues to foster professionalism and combat readiness of the Nigerian Army will be upscaled under my leadership. This will be achieved alongside a stronger emphasis on maintaining sound administration that prioritizes personnel welfare, recognizes excellence, and ensures an efficient system of rewards and sanctions.
Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluye expressed the optimism that the gallant officers and men of the Nigerian Army will guarantee the safety of citizens before, during and after the Yuletide, as they will not rest on their oars in securing the nation. In politics, former governor of Kano State, Senator Ibrahim Shekaru, says the People's Democratic Party can leverage the country's youth population to win majority of elective seats at both federal and state levels. He was speaking at the unveiling ceremony of the Board of Trustees of Northern Forum of Zonal and State Youth Leaders of PDP in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Through this, you cannot lose any information.
Official unveiling of Northern Forum of Zonal and State Youth Leaders of PDP social media handles by former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekaru. The social media handles are to serve as awareness creation avenues to regain the confidence of Nigerians towards returning PDP to its old winning days.
What we are trying to do today is to bring to the consciousness of the people of Nigeria that so handles exist for this forum so that they can follow.
The youth constitutes the largest number of our voters in Nigeria. We only need to mobilize them.
Party leaders believe that lack of internal democracy was a major factor responsible for PDP's inability to capture power at the center.
It's not entirely the fault of the elders that the party is suffering. It's also because the youth have not been able to put themselves together. I want to charge the youth to please fill in this void. They will have to work hard. We have to work hard like we did in 1999.
And we are counting on the youth to do that for us.
Both leaders and youth of the party at this gathering appealed for understanding among party leaders at all levels to work as a team towards moving PDP from opposition to a party in government status. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has reaffirmed federal government's commitment to revitalize sports in tertiary institutions. This move aims to foster national unity and nurture young talents across the nation. Dr. Alausa made the announcement during an award presentation ceremony following the Federal Ministry of Education Sports Club's outstanding performance at the 43rd Annual Public Service Games. It's the ministry's dedication to expanding sports programs, establishment of a bilateral committee tasked with the rejuvenating of sports activities in tertiary institutions, as the President has approved funding for 6 outside broadcast vans to enhance the coverage and promotion of sporting events across the country. Additional 6 awards were presented to the Servicom unit, showcasing the ministry's unwavering culture of excellence and commitment to continuous improvement. The federal government has lifted the ban on mining exploration activities in Zamfara State, citing significant improvements in the security situation across the state. Making the announcement at a press briefing, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, stated that the nation has a lot to gain from economic activities in a highly mineralized state like Zamfara that is imbued with vast gold, lithium and copper belts.
I have the honor and privilege to announce to you that the President has approved the lifting of the ban on mining exploration in Zamfara State. So we shall be communicating officially to the various agencies, the relevant agencies that are involved in the mining activities.
The recent controversy surrounding the Memorandum of Understanding with France, Alake reaffirmed the federal government's position that the agreement does not imply Nigeria is relinquishing control over its mineral resources or any military pact with France. He emphasized that Nigeria's military remains fully capable of safeguarding the nation's territorial integrity.
Between France and Nigeria, and we need all the assistance we can get in terms of capacity, technical, financial, whatever, in this sector from abroad. And that wasn't even the first MOU we were signing. We signed one with Germany. I think we signed with Australia, and there was no hue and cry.
Stakeholders to support federal government policies as 2025 looks promising for the sector. And that concludes Nationwide. Thank you for your time. I'm Ruth Aguele. Bye.